Rohan was known in his neighborhood as the laziest boy anyone had ever seen. He was not a bad person, not rude, not unkind, just lazy. Very lazy. Every morning his alarm rang at 6, and every morning he pressed the snooze button again and again until the sun was already high in the sky. His school bag stayed in the corner of the room, dusty and half open, as if even it had given up hope that Rohan would use it properly. Rohan lived with his parents and his younger sister in a small town. His father worked in an office and his mother managed the home. His sister Anya was the complete opposite of him. She woke up early, finished her homework on time, and even helped their mother in the kitchen. Many times Rohan watched her from his bed while she got ready for school. He would pull the blanket over his head and think, "She likes all this work, I don't." At school, Rohan was not stupid. He understood lessons when he listened. The problem was that he rarely listened. He sat on the last bench, leaning back, staring at the ceiling fan as it moved slowly. Homework was something he always planned to do later. Tests came and went, and his marks stayed low. Teachers often called his name with disappointment in their voices. "Rohan, you can do better," they said. Rohan always nodded. Inside, he agreed. But when it was time to act, he felt tired even before starting. Doing nothing felt easier. After school, his routine was fixed. He threw his bag on the bed, changed his clothes, and lay down with his phone. Hours passed as he watched random videos, scrolled endlessly, and sometimes fell asleep with the phone in his hand. Books stayed closed, dreams stayed unvisited. One evening, his father came into his room and sat quietly on a chair. Rohan noticed him but pretended to be busy with his phone. "Rohan," his father said softly, "do you know what worries me the most?" Rohan shrugged, "My marks." His father smiled sadly, "No, it's that you don't even try anymore." Those words stayed in the air for a moment. Rohan did not reply. He felt uncomfortable, so he turned to his side and closed his eyes, pretending to sleep. His father left the room without saying anything else. Days passed and nothing changed, until one afternoon something small happened. Rohan was walking back from school, feeling more tired than usual. Near his house, he saw an old man struggling to fix a broken bicycle chain. The man's hands were shaking and sweat rolled down his forehead. People passed by, but no one stopped. Rohan hesitated. Helping meant effort. Effort meant work. He almost walked past, but for some reason he stopped. "Do you need help?" Rohan asked quietly. The old man looked up, surprised. "Yes, Beta, if you don't mind." Rohan crouched down. He had never fixed a bicycle chain before, but he tried. His hands got dirty and it took several minutes. Finally, the chain slipped back into place. The old man smiled widely. "Thank you, you did a good job." Rohan felt something strange in his chest. It was a small feeling, but it felt warm. He nodded and walked away. That night, when he lay on his bed, he thought about the moment. It was just a small thing, but it felt good. The next morning, Rohan woke up 5 minutes earlier than usual, just 5 minutes. He didn't know why. He sat up, rubbed his eyes, and instead of grabbing his phone, he went to the bathroom and washed his face. It didn't change the world, but it was different. At school, during the first class, he tried to listen for 10 minutes. Just 10. When his mind wandered, he brought it back. It was hard, but not impossible. That evening, instead of lying down immediately, he opened his notebook and did one math question. Only one. After finishing it, he closed the notebook and smiled slightly. "That's enough for today," he told himself. The next day, he did 2 questions. No one noticed these changes, not his parents, not his teachers, not even his sister. The changes were too small, but Rohan noticed, and somehow those small actions made him feel lighter. 1 week later, his alarm rang at 6 and he woke up at 6, no snooze. He sat on the edge of the bed, surprised at himself. He wasn't full of energy, but he wasn't fighting himself either. He started doing small things regularly, making his bed, keeping his shoes in place, reading 1 page of a book. These habits did not make him a topper or a hero overnight, but they slowly changed how he saw himself. Earlier, when he looked in the mirror, he saw a lazy boy. Now he saw someone who was trying. One day at school, the math teacher announced a surprise test. The class groaned. Rohan felt nervous but not empty like before. He had done some practice, not a lot, but some. When he got his paper back a few days later, his marks were not excellent, but they were better than before. The teacher looked at him and said, "Good improvement, Rohan." That sentence echoed in his mind all day. At home, his mother noticed something strange. "You're studying without me telling you?" she asked, half joking. Rohan smiled, just a little. His sister raised an eyebrow. "Who are you and what did you do to my brother?" They laughed and Rohan laughed with them. It felt nice to be part of the moment instead of hiding in his room. There were bad days too. Some days he fell back into old habits. He wasted time, skipped work, and felt disappointed. But instead of giving up completely, he returned to small actions the next day. He learned that missing one day didn't mean everything was lost. Months passed. The boy who once avoided effort now understood something simple. Big changes scared him, but small changes felt safe, and those small changes added up quietly. Rohan started waking up early enough to go for short walks. He didn't run, he just walked, breathing in the morning air. During those walks, he thought about his life, his future, and what kind of person he wanted to become. He didn't dream of being the best, he just wanted to be better than yesterday. At the end of the school year, parents were called to collect report cards. Rohan sat outside the classroom, nervous. His father came out holding the paper. He didn't say anything at first. Then he placed a hand on Rohan's shoulder. "I'm proud of you." Rohan looked up. "My marks aren't that high." His father smiled, "But your effort is." That night, Rohan lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. The same ceiling fan was still there, moving slowly, but Rohan was not the same boy watching it anymore. He thought about how everything started with one small moment, one small decision. Helping an old man, waking up 5 minutes early, doing one question, reading one page. He closed his eyes with a calm feeling. Tomorrow he would wake up and do something small again. And slowly, without noise, without pressure, his life kept moving forward.